Off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pei.
And welcome. You're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, KCAA, home to the Asian Oprah. Let's see, AM 1050, I can tell it's Monday, FM 106.5 and streaming everywhere, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, JioSan, and more. Why so many places? Because I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So there's no gossip on this show, no scandal, no K words, no Kanye talk at all. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I have topics and guests to that end. If you missed all of my fabulous classic TV shows, Gilligan's Island, Happy Days, Leave It to Beaver, The Nanny, all of the great guests that I've had, as well as my red carpet playlist with interviews with Halle Berry, John Travolta, Quincy Jones. Please do go to my YouTube channel, free subscribe there, and that way you will get access to all of those shows and more. And you can also now stream live and give me the finger, not that finger, but this finger, thumbs up, hearts, we love them all. And this is where we are accessing the positive things, the upside to life. There's so much bad news out there. I want to focus on good news and people who are bringing wonderful music from Sweden is my guest this morning. And we're getting a little technical issue sorted out, as you can tell. But I am, there you are. Good morning.
Good morning, Marissa.
Yes, all the
I
way
just
from
got my earbuds in.
Yes, it makes a huge difference. Thank you so much. And you just flew in from Sweden, and we're going to have a great time talking about the music, the tribute to ABBA, the performances at the Saban Theater, at the Cerritos Performing Arts. And I'm always delighted to have musical talent on my show. So please welcome to my studio from Sweden, Jenny Tarneberg. I'm going to have to learn how to say that properly. Pronounce your name for me.
It's Tarneberg.
Tarneberg.
Tarneberg, right? You said that well.
Not bad, not bad. I actually spent a little bit of time in Sweden. My girlfriend from elementary school, Rebecca, she did her doctorate there. So I was living in Brussels for 2 years, and I was consulting there, and I taught at Boston University, Brussels. And so I would travel, by Eurotrain. I love the train, and I would travel to different places while I was living in Brussels. Mm-hmm. So one of the places that I got to go was Sweden, and it was just beautiful. And the people are beautiful, and you are an example. And I'll tell you, remind me to tell you a funny story about that. But first, at the top of every show, what I like to do is have breakfast with my guests. And I ask all those who are listening in to join in, taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. So instead of starting the day talking about all the negative stuff that's going on out there, and there's a lot of it, then we focus and do our weight training on looking at what's good in our lives. So the top of the bun is gratitude. The bottom of the bun is appreciation. So what do you like about everything around the world right now? And then we'll go to what we like about ourselves. So
Oh.
Jenny's been gracious enough to agree to play. I didn't really make her choice, but I'm grateful that I get to have such a myriad and plethora of interesting people on my show, present company included. So I'm grateful for that. What are you grateful for?
Oh, there's so many things. I'm grateful that I get to sing and work again after the pandemic because that was a huge gap. And I'm grateful that I get to travel to this wonderful country from Sweden. And I have my kids and I have love and I have lots of good things in my life, actually.
Yay. Yay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's like your four there. And we got a finger already, which is great. The thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Yes. I'm grateful that I live in California where it's almost always sunny and I'm grateful that even when it's not sunny, I know that it's shining somewhere. I'm grateful that I've gotten to travel to Sweden and to basically, I think I'm at like 80 countries in my
Mm.
lifetime. So I'm grateful for that. And one more gratitude from you, and I'll do one more gratitude from me. What else are you grateful?
Mm, I'm very grateful for being healthy. I feel very well, and all the people around me are also healthy and strong. And yeah, the friends in life. I think that's the
Beautiful.
best part. Yeah.
Beautiful. And now we go to the bottom of the bun, which is what do we like about ourselves? And the reason why I do this, I don't know if this is true in Sweden, but in our culture here in America, some people it's okay for them to brag. Usually, men, it's okay to say what you're good at, right? For women, especially Asian women, we're told, the nail that stands up is hammered down. Don't be so big. Don't be so loud. Don't toot your own horn. And as a result of that, we are looking for love in all the wrong places. Do you like me? The antenna's up. Who likes me? Who loves me? Who appreciates me? Who thinks I'm great? And people are fickle and it's not their job to make you feel good about yourself. It's our own job. And I believe the foundation of mental health to like ourselves. So I am weight training my listeners and watchers to practice saying what they approve of themselves. So that's the bottom of the butt. So, the bottom line is if you can't approve of yourself, how the fork do you expect anybody else to approve of you? Yeah. So
Right.
I love that I can talk, that I've got a lot to say, and I don't feel like I need to be small and hide. So I appreciate that about myself, even though that was the way I was raised. Obviously, I'm a constant disappointment to my mom, but that's
Oh
okay.
no.
What do you like about yourself, Jenny?
Yeah, first I must say that just talked to one girl in the band the other day just about this thing because in Sweden it's very common that you should never ever brag about yourself and
Mm.
that is considered like really ugly and bad. It's a thing, and we call it jantelagen in Swedish.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, there's a
yeah.
name for it even because it's really bad. You shouldn't speak up for yourself and you shouldn't be someone because that's not very nice. So
Wow.
as for you, it's the same for me, I think. It had always been like that, that you should not try to be someone. But I try to focus on being the best person each day that I can. I try to be nice to everybody. I try to be to be a good mom, even though I fail sometimes.
But I
But
bet
that's
you are
all trying to.
88% a great mom. That's my
Yeah,
number.
I
Yes.
try to tell myself that I do my best at least, and then I try to be good enough for myself, and that's a constant work I have to practice each day. So you're right on spot with trying to teach this to other people too, I guess, because it's very common. And as you say, for women, I think women in most countries, it's a different thing. Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. And how do you say thank you in Swedish? Is it tack? Is
right,
Oh my
exactly.
gosh, I remembered.
Yes,
This is like 25 years ago.
yeah, tack is
Or
right.
more. Or more.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say exactly because I'm ageless. I don't want to.
Yes, you
So I
shouldn't.
did remember talk. Okay, good. So I appreciate that I have a better memory than I think.
That's a good thing to appreciate.
And you appreciate that you're kind, that you're a good mom. I appreciate that I'm a good mom as well. 88% of the time, my daughters
Right.
treated me to a Mother's Day up in San Francisco, where they live, and that was lovely.
Oh,
I have, yeah. How many kids do you have?
I have two daughters.
Oh no, really? Me too.
You see?
Yeah. What are the chances of that? I love that.
Yeah.
They're 2 years apart. How
Oh,
many
mine are
years?
4 years
4
apart.
years
Yeah.
apart. Okay. And how old are they now?
The oldest one is turning 12 on Tuesday.
Wow.
And the younger one, she just turned 8.
Oh,
Mm.
beautiful. That's so
And
beautiful.
yours?
25 and 23. I had them when
Mm.
I was 17. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So
Yeah.
that's wonderful. Oh, that's
Hmm.
so nice. And my name,
Yeah.
mine's are Chloe May
Oh.
is the oldest one. May is Chinese for beautiful. And
Oh.
the 23-year-old is Sarah Wei. And Wei is Chinese for like serenity or peace. And my
Oh.
father, who passed from lymphoma, he's in heaven now. He named her Wei, the middle name, because when she was in my uterus, she would like dance and kick and push on my ribs, right? So that's
I
why he
remember.
said peace. Yeah, you remember peace.
Yeah. Uh, but we have another thing in common because my oldest daughter's name is Bonnie, which means bon, nice, uh,
Beautiful as
beautiful,
well.
right?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
so that's kind of the
cool.
same. And the
Yes,
younger
yes, yes,
one's name
yes.
is Flora. So Bonnie and Flora.
Flora. Oh, beautiful, beautiful names. Beautiful
Yeah,
names. Yeah.
flower, beautiful
Yes.
flower.
Yes, that's wonderful. Last appreciation. I appreciate that I love to laugh, and
Yes,
laughter is my favorite sound on the planet. So that's what is a good thing. And what's
that's
your
a good thing.
last appreciation?
Oh, I appreciate that I get to travel the world with the
Mm,
music of ABBA. That's the best thing about becoming a musician, I think.
yes, yes,
I-
for sure. And that is the end of Breakfast with Dr. Marissa and Jenny Tarneberg.
Right?
So thank you for having breakfast with us. And if you've just tuned in and you're wondering what's going on in my studio this morning, I have someone from Sweden who I'm just excited to have as a guest this morning, who is here on a mission to share music from Sweden. And we all remember and know and love the music of ABBA. So I am excited to have you here. You've been singing quite a long time. I'm going to have you introduce yourself in a way that I like sharing, and hopefully you understand the joke here. I do
Okay.
not have an answering machine. I have a questioning machine.
Ah.
And when you call me, it says, "Who are you and what do you want?" So, Jenny, who are you and what do you want?
Oh my God. Um, who I am.
Yes.
I'm a 46-year-old singer from Sweden. Uh, and I've been singing for for a living for like soon it will be 25 years.
Ah,
uh, and That's brought me a lot of joy. As I said earlier, that's the best thing
yeah.
that ever. Yeah, that's a good. I don't feel like it was a choice, but I slided in on this track, and now I'm here, and it's great.
Yes.
Uh, as I said, I live in Sweden, and I have two daughters. And Yeah, something else.
Beautiful.
And
Now,
what?
you sing now. Tell me, did you know when you were growing up that this is what you were going to be doing?
No, it feels like I never actually made a choice doing
Yes.
this. It just happened to me. And I always go on my gut feeling, so I just want to do whatever I feel is right. And one thing led to the other. So it just happened to be like this. So therefore I think it's the right track, I guess.
Yes. Yes.
But
So,
I always loved singing and dancing when I was young. That was my
okay.
I was never into sports and stuff. I tried to play handball once, but no. I always there was no football or no other sports, only singing and dancing. That was my thing.
Great. So you started early. You enjoyed singing and dancing. Your parents, did they approve or support all of that?
Yeah, yeah, they have always said that you should do whatever you feel like, and we will support you. So I started off like 7 years old in the church choir,
Uh-huh.
and then I got some private lessons from that old lady in the church choir, and she was very nice. And she said, "Yeah, I believe in you, Jenny. You should really try doing this." So I got some confidence because that's
Mhm.
a thing that I don't have a lot of. But she gave me some confidence, so I dared trying, so it was really good. And then I started dancing in, the small dance classes in my little town. Uh,
Mhm.
and After I finished school, I went to another school, just dancing for a year. Uh,
Ah,
and then I went to performing arts school for 3 years, becoming a musical artist actually. And after that, I never worked in a musical, but I've done so many things. I worked at like, show restaurants in Spain and in Sweden, and I've been out doing so many things that I'm so grateful for, actually.
yay, yay. So have you always sung ABBA music?
No, I have a lot of different projects, but nowadays it's been a lot of ABBA. I love ABBA. I grew up with ABBA because my parents had all the records, so I watched the covers of the records and just, it's always been with me.
Mm.
But I do a lot of other things too. I have other projects, but the ABBA thing it's a great part of my life, and now we're starting off a new chapter with lots of ABBA music, hopefully here in the States. So I
Yes.
hope we'll see each other again
Yes. Well,
after
I,
this.
I believe I'll see you on Thursday at the Saban
Yes,
Theater.
yes,
And
yes,
then the show goes to Cerritos Performing Arts Center, which is also a show sponsor. So I get
yeah.
tickets to that. But unfortunately, I have to speak that night, so I can't go 2 nights. But I will meet you for sure at the Saban.
Thursday.
And
Yeah.
for those of you listening right down, I just got the nod to give away two more pairs of tickets to
Mm.
the show at the Saban Theater, and that is on this Thursday evening. So the first to go to my drmarissa.life, and in the subject line, just put ABBA. You will get those tickets. And the Saban Theater is a beautiful place where I actually go every Sunday for Agape.
Oh,
It's in Beverly Hills. So if you're local, please do go to drmarissa.life and get my Asian Oprah ticket giveaways, because you get tickets and you get tickets. I'm not graduated to cars yet. So, but I was actually introduced to Oprah as the Asian Oprah, which was very
oh,
nice, honorable moniker, several years ago by my big brother, Michael Bernard Beckwith. I don't know if you know who he is. He was one of the teachers on The Secret. He's been on
right.
Oprah, did the Super Soul Sundays. So
Ah,
he's a friend of Oprah's. She actually listens to his tapes when he speaks. And so, yeah, so that was a
that's
huge
great.
honor, a huge
I
honor.
see. And
Yeah.
I love Oprah. She's been a huge part of my life for many years. Every time I got to go to America, I bought the O magazine and I watched the show. So
Yeah.
now I feel even more pleasure to be with you here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was kind of funny because when Michael introduced me to her, she
Hmm.
looked at me, she looked down, she looked up and said, "Nice pants." And I was like, that's I didn't expect that. So I had to keep my mouth shut because I wanted to say, "Do you want them?"
Yes, exactly.
And then I
I
didn't say
couldn't
it. I
too.
didn't say. I'm like, oh, thank you. So that was pretty funny. But
Oh,
yeah, yeah, for
that's
sure. So I get
great.
to see you on Thursday. Now,
Yes.
now the ABBA group. I was doing a little research on. They actually wanted to come back, I think, and do. They tried. They did an album. They started a new album. How much? I mean, you're the expert on ABBA, not me. So describe sort of this whole thing that evolved into a tribute show. You're very popular. The music of ABBA from Sweden. I mean, everybody that I know knows who ABBA is. Even the young people know the
Yeah.
sound of ABBA. So tell me what your experience. You're very intimate with your knowledge and your experience. So I'll let you give that away.
I think that's a part of ABBA's greatness that they are, you know, everybody knows their music. So on our shows, we see like grandmothers and their daughters and their daughters and children. It's not only one generation, it's like all generation because of the ABBA the movie and the musical, and everybody knows there. So even my kids, even though I haven't been singing ABBA for them that much, but they pick it up because it's everywhere. So there's something for everyone, and it's timeless. So
Yes.
yeah, and as I said, I grew up with it, and my parents have listened to it from the 70s. So it's been there for all my life. So therefore, I love it. And I think, they try to, everybody's been like wondering if they will ever get back together again, but they said that that won't happen. But now,
Right.
just the other year, they did this comeback and recorded a new album, which is great. There's a couple of songs that are really, really, really nice. So you should really listen into the new album, Voyage, and yeah, that's it's great music because everybody can enjoy it. It's for everyone, and it's both like sad songs that really get to you about they were two couples in ABBA. Agneta and Björn was married, and Annefrid and Benny was married to each other, and they got separated and they divorced. So there's a lot of songs about things that normal people go through in life. Also, with children and love and uh, lots of things. So you can relate to the music, I guess. So yeah, it's great. And me and Peter, which is also in the group here, we we actually went to London to see, the avatars. You know, they have a show, 3D monogram hologram show. So it's exactly like it was ABBA on stage. It's crazy. It's really fun
Wow.
watching. So you should all go to London and see and see the ABBA show. Even though
That's right.
it's not the real
I
ABBA because they will never get together again, but here we get to see
yeah.
them.
Yeah, in reading about it, it was almost like sad because the original intention was to get back on the road. How many years later? I think many decades later, right? And in their 70s now. And
Yeah.
they went into the studio. They did one show, or they did a number of shows, and then boom, nope, we're not doing it anymore.
No,
There's no chance. And I was like,
no.
wow, something must have happened, right? And so I'm like, oh my goodness, you don't know what happened, do you?
No, no, I don't think they've always said that we will never be a touring group or perform together in that way anymore. But I think they still love music, of course. So they went into
Mm,
the studio and did that. And I think, you know, they all live separate lives now. They have lots of things going on for themselves, so they
they don't
I
want to
don't
do
think they would do it. But you know, that's also a thing that we get to perform and sing their music because it keeps it alive. So
yes.
yeah,
Do they
I
know?
think
Do
it's a
they
big
know
honor.
you're, yeah, do they
They
know
know
that
that there
you
are
are?
there are a lot of ABBA tributes shows out there, of course. So as long they said, as long as we don't hear anything bad about you, you just keep on going.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
great. So they know, so they know you're singing their
yeah,
songs.
yeah. I
Yeah.
guess it's you know there's a lot of ABBA tributes, of course, but I hope they will approve of it, and yeah, I
Yeah.
think they do. Yeah,
Yeah, that's great. Do
it's
you
great.
have to get special licensing in order to
No,
perform?
no,
Really?
no, no, no. You just need to, you know, for every time you play someone's music, you have to pay, you know, the fee to whatever applies, you know. So even if you play a song on the radio, you have to pay the fee.
Yes,
So
I know.
that's how it works. Yeah. So it's the same thing here. And it's
Ah,
great, you know, because the music is also it's very happy music. The audience are dancing like crazy, and everybody knows the lyrics. Everybody's singing along, uh,
yeah.
and there's also a lot of, you know, strong ballads about friendship and, as I said, like divorce and love, and you know, and then I see people like taking each other's hands, and some of them are even crying. So it's a roller coaster of emotions during the show. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. How
Mm.
many songs do you actually sing in a tribute show about?
You know, I would like to fit in more because they have so many great songs.
I know how to
But
choose,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. No, we could be. I usually say that we could be up on stage for like 2 weeks singing all of their songs. But
Wow.
that's not a very good show. But we
Yeah.
try to get all the big hits, of course, like Mamma Mia and Dancing Queen and you know, Take a Chance and Waterloo and all those great hits. But the plan is to, like, you know, may do some small medleys just to get more songs into the show so we
Into
can
the show.
give the
Yes.
audience more songs. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I forgot
So
about Waterloo. Waterloo. I
yeah,
was born in Waterloo,
you
Ontario,
were?
Canada.
Ah, okay.
So I'm
You
even
see?
closer to ABBA than I thought.
Yeah. We have a
Yeah,
lot of connections,
that
you and me.
yes, many, many. And
Yeah.
if you've just tuned in and you're wondering who's laughing with me in studio, her name is Jenny Tarneberg, and she's
Yes.
from Sweden, and she's part of bringing Swedish music to America, tribute to ABBA, obviously, and they're going to be in concert this Thursday at the Saban Theater. If you haven't checked to see if anybody's gone, so I'm going to offer them again, free Asian Opera ticket giveaways to the Saban Theater and that performance this Thursday. They're also going to be at Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts. Those tickets are already gone. Sorry. But if you go to drmarissa.life and in the subject line put ABBA, you will get a pair of tickets to the one at the Saban Theater. Now, just a side thing, which I didn't know if we were going to have time to this is to make you laugh. Oh, and you're also listening on KCAA, the NBC News radio station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, and you can right now stream live. Put questions and comments in the chat, and I'll put them up on the screen. Don't do it if you're driving, where a lot of you are. So wait till you get somewhere safe to do that. Do not do it at a light. And yes, the name of my show is Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show. And thank you for making me the number one drive time 8 a.m. morning show. So I actually I lived in Brussels. And then when I went to Sweden, this is a funny story. I was at a party with my elementary school friend and all of her Swedish friends. So we're sitting there, and I love learning new things. I love learning new languages. And, I make it a point in every language to learn how to say hello or thank you talk. Danke schön, merci bien, xie xie doze. So a lot of different ways to say thank you and how are you, ni hao in Mandarin, and wie geht's in German. And Swedish people actually know lots of languages too, right?
Yeah.
So Swedish, and I was playing mahjong with a gentleman from Holland. Dutch people, I believe, speak the most languages. They're the most versed. I think I read that somewhere. Okay, another joke is, what do you call a person who speaks two languages? Bilingual.
Bilingual, yes.
Three languages. Trilingual. What do you call a person who only speaks one language? American. Sorry, guys, I had to. So I'm in this party, and we're all having a good time. And I used to drink then, and people are getting a little, funny and laughing. And I said, "How do you say how are you in Swedish?" And so one of the guys says, "Har du cannoli?"
Ish.
So it sounds like "how are you?" right? So
Sort of.
I'm like, "Oh, that's great." And I'm practicing "har du cannoli." And so I went out the next day, right? And I was getting a coffee in this plaza, which is great in Europe. And this guy sits next to me, and I, he smiles, and I smile, and I say, "Har du cannoli?" So for those of you who don't speak Swedish, it's I can't say exactly what it means, but it's kind of like, have you been or have you been to bed?
Yes.
That's the nice way of saying it.
Yes, because it sounds almost like "hur mår du?" That's the right thing. That's the right way to say it, but you said slightly different. It was
It's
a
not
small
something-
difference.
It's basically, have you been effed? I mean, is the true
Yes,
translation. Yes.
sort of.
So
Yes.
I thought that would be a funny antidote for you. So when we first came on and did the sound check, I said, what did I say? Hey do, right? Isn't
Right.
that right? And she, "Oh, you speak Swedish." And then I said, "Well, I have to tell you the story."
The "hey do" was exactly the right thing to say.
Yes. Yeah, not
That
the
sounds
other
good.
one. Not the other
No.
one. So,
Oh,
so what is the most fulfilling thing about being a singer, and what is the most challenging thing? Uh, and then
uh,
specifically around singing ABBA music. We'll go there.
yeah. I think the most fulfilling thing might be watching the audience have such a good time, and also that I get to sing music that really means something to me, that I can feel.
Mm.
Uh, that's a thing, both with lyrics and with music itself. It's like it's a special feeling inside when you sing those songs, and especially we do a lot of concerts, with symphony orchestras, and when you hear the strings on The Winner Takes It All, it always makes me cry because it touches me in a way that yeah, it's hard to explain actually. It's something else. It's something uh, divine, sort of, actually.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
I would agree with you. It's like this, like that in the zone feeling, or out of
exactly.
this world feeling. It's a when I'm
Yeah,
inspired to write, or I'm
exactly.
inspired to, yeah. So I totally understand that. Now,
So
speaking of winner takes it all, I have to give props to, oh gosh, I just forgot her name, Meryl Streep.
I
When she
know.
sang that on Mamma Mia, and I watched it in the theater, I was so, because there's a lot of uh, actresses who try to sing, and or want to sing, and make that transition to being a singer, right? Same with the other way, Barbara Streisand, acting, and
Right.
Jennifer, J Lo, and all of that. And people have criticized people who try to, stay in your own lane kind of thing, which I think is
Hmm.
so silly, because I'm a huge believer in do as many things as you want. Don't,
Of course.
it's master of none. We have an expression in America, jack of all trades, master of, no, master. It's definitely Monday, but you cannot do a lot of things well, right? You can
Uh,
only do one
One
good
thing.
thing in life. Otherwise, you're too scattered, and I think that's BS. That's a belief system that keeps us, small, short,
Exactly.
short. Yeah,
I agree. I agree.
yeah. So when Meryl sang and that song, I thought I've never heard an actress act in music.
I know.
Do you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right? To
So you can
actually,
see, yeah, you can see some people just sing a song, and then you can see someone feeling the song when they sing. So it's different things. Yeah.
Mhm. Do you get to
Yeah.
sing that song? Are you the soloist
Yeah.
in that
That's
song?
my that's my favorite song. Yeah. And that's
Oh,
an yeah, that's an
of course it
Agneta song. Yeah,
is.
it's great. It's the most beautiful ABBA song for me.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes.
It's one
So
one of the
moving.
world's best songs, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. Do
Yeah.
you write music
No, I
yourself?
don't. No, I'm not a musician in that kind of way. I like performing. That's
Yeah,
my thing. Yeah.
yeah.
I
That's
I wish I had learned, how to compose and stuff, but I don't, unfortunately. Maybe I can learn in
Yeah,
the future.
that's next. That's
Yeah.
next, because I'm sure
Yeah.
you'll be inspired, and you'll say,
Yeah.
"It started on Dr. Marissa's show."
Exactly.
Now, you are a soprano,
Yes.
a mezzo, or
A high pitched
high,
soprano.
high. Okay, so you
Hmm.
do the top. I'm
Yeah.
also a first soprano diva, as
Yeah.
I call it. I just retired from a choir that I used to sing with, but I actually I call myself a retired lounge lizard. So
Uh-huh.
another thing we share in common, I actually performed at piano bars in
Uh-huh.
Antwerp So in the
Hmm.
Grand Place in Antwerp, there's a place
Right?
called the Piano Bar, and I sang and performed there when I lived in
Ah,
Brussels. Every weekend, I would take the train to Antwerpen and sing and play there. I actually write original stuff, and I was because everybody always wants me to play the popular stuff they can sing along, but I'm not good at that. I write my own music, and then
yeah.
it's fun to play and sing until they, have had three scotches, and then they're like, you know,
I'm
ah.
losing it.
So it's very depressing. That's the worst part of performing for me
Yeah,
was I'm
yeah,
pouring my heart out, and they're like, so
yeah.
I stopped doing it.
Yeah, you asked me about what was the most challenging part, and that's absolutely a challenging part when when that happens.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And at the ABBA music, what's the best part? I mean, yours.
As I said, I love singing their songs, but it's also hard because it's very challenging. Just because it's not easy. You can easily imagine it's easygoing music and it's easy to sing and it's easy to play, but all the musicians are saying it's so much more complicated than I thought when I sat down with it and tried to learn. And it's the same for us singers that it's not very easy to sing the songs because they are very low or very high pitch, and it's both like Swedish folk music, it's classical music, and it's pop, and it's a very big mix of things that makes it very complicated. So that's a huge challenge, but that's also the thing that makes it so good and timeless, I
Mhm.
think.
The ABBA music itself is so unique. Like you don't have many groups that have that kind of sound, right?
Exactly. And the
The
range in between different songs as well. It's both rock and roll, it's uh, uh, easygoing pop music, and it's really emotional ballads. And like I said, some things are all almost like folk music.
So it is the sound of Sweden. Would you say that the folk music is very like that from Sweden?
Yeah, I would say that is a big part of Björn and Benny's musical inheritage, I guess.
Hmm.
Uh, it's a big part of their lives, so therefore they incorporate it into their own music. So that's a good thing to have had.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
it's a national national
yes,
treasure almost bringing
no, we have
that.
a lot of yes, we have a lot of Swedish music export. We have Roxette, we have Avicii, we have Ace of Base, but I think ABBA is the biggest one because they've been with us for such a long amount of time, I guess. So yeah, it's great.
Yes,
Sweden is a big music country.
yes. So is it part of the school program you to start
Yeah,
young?
and- yeah. We have like everybody gets to learn how to play an instrument in school, and they have music schools that are paid for everybody to go to, and school choirs, and it's a very big thing in Sweden to learn
Mm,
how to play an instrument or to sing, and all the
yeah,
cultural things are very much lifted up, I guess.
that's beautiful. It's interesting when we're talking about harmony. It just occurred to me I had on a beautiful woman, Florence LaRue, who is the founder in the existing, carrier of the music of the fifth dimension.
Hmm.
Do you know that? When the moon is in the
Is in the
seventh sign.
seventh house,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
That's
Jupiter aligns with Mars.
yes.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
that's their music.
Ah, I
So
see.
I just interviewed her a couple months ago, and she's
Ah,
still singing. She's 83, 84. I've had a lot
wow.
of octogenarians on the show, and I just love it. I'm having a 92-year-old come on again. She came
Oh,
on to 3 years ago or 4 years ago. She's the mom from Happy Days. Do you know that
Yeah.
TV show,
Yeah.
Mrs. Cunningham? So
Of
she's
course.
coming back to the studio.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I just got the notice and I'm so excited about that. But the wisdom and the beauty of people that are, aging, right? And I'm just so honored to have them. So
Yes.
anyways, Florence LaRue, she's still performing.
Oh, that's great
So
because it keeps you young. I think music keeps you young,
yes. And
always.
then I got to interview the Temptations. You know the
Yes.
Temptations, of course. My girl, my girl.
Yes.
So
Yeah, good stuff.
we should have prepared a duet.
Yeah, why didn't we? On Thursday.
Yes, on Thursday. On
Yeah.
Thursday, we'll put it on. We'll put it on camera when I come
Yeah,
backstage.
of course.
So the Temptations, Otis Williams, the founder, I got to interview him, and
Hmm.
he's still performing. He's 81, and
Mm,
he still tours. Isn't that
yeah,
great? And
that's
dances
great.
the dance moves. His daughter is a friend of mine, and she's my co-host now on Friday shows. Isn't
Oh, that's
that
great.
wonderful? Yes.
That's really great. But
Yes.
I agree with you because of the age thing that it really keeps you young doing what you love. I actually did, I've done a lot of different ABBA projects, and one of
Mhm.
them was just a year ago. We went to Greece,
Ah,
uh, and it was actually being like Mamma Mia, the movie. It was on the pier, with the fishing boats in the turquoise water, and
ah.
uh, with the band, we had Ove Sandström, who created all the outfits for ABBA. He was with us there talking to the audience, and we did all the singing and everything. But he's also quite old nowadays, but you can
Mm.
feel that he keeps himself young, talking about all his wonderful years doing the ABBA costumes, and how he was thinking, what a big everybody was talking about the crazy costumes of ABBA because they were really like, the almost like
Out.
the David Bowie, sort of influenced, during his crazy era. So,
Yes. Yes.
and he was talking to the audience, and you can feel how he keeps himself young, just talking about all those things. Yeah, it's really
Yes.
nice, interesting to meet him.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something crazy. I've never done this before. Hang on. Because
Oh,
I'm
are you
going,
leaving me?
yeah, I'm
She,
going to I'm gonna have you choose.
okay, so I'm taking over the radio show. Dr. Marissa just left. Hopefully she'll come back.
This is the thing about COVID is my studio is in my home now
Yeah,
because of COVID. So speaking of what to wear on Thursday.
yeah,
So we're talking about costumes. So I have a choice of
yeah.
these boots.
Oh, love them. I love
Okay.
fringes.
That's choice number one. Don't they look like
Yes,
ABBA boots?
they
This is
do.
choice number two.
Oh, also very
These are
nice.
from Peru. Okay.
Colorful.
And then this
Red
is
ones.
also from Peru.
Oh, both colorful
Ooh.
and with fringe.
Yes. So
Mm.
which one? One,
I Yes.
red, two,
Hmm.
or three?
I have to go for number one because they're most ABBA-ish. If
Okay.
if they were golden, it would have been like spot on.
Gold, is that the color too to wear is gold? Okay.
Gold,
So you just
gold, and a
dressed
lot of
me.
sequins. Gold
Well,
and sequins,
I don't know
or
about
color, or
sequins, but you have helped me immensely.
yes.
You
Oh,
just that's the first
you-
time ever on my show, and I've been on 11 years now. This is
yeah.
actually show podcast number 943. That's how
Oh
many
my God.
shows I've done. And this is the first time, and I love firsts. The first time ever I've had a guest dress me for a a show on Thursday.
Oh,
So you
perfect.
can
I'm
take
I'm
all
honored
the
to be
credit.
the first one. Or you can take me to your wardrobe and we look at the dress or something too, maybe.
For sure. And then we'll be performing live
Yeah,
during the break or before the show. We'll do a little
of course.
duet. We'll have to figure out which song to do.
Of
And
course, we have to.
yeah, I almost don't want to do an ABBA song only because they hit me already with copyright when I did the
All right.
promo. They're
Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah.
quick to say,
Yeah, you have to be. Yeah, you have to be careful. It's because it's
yeah,
their brand, of course. It's
of course. And they
important for
should.
us to be like respectful for that, of course. Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course, of course. But they were definitely on it. Okay, so I love also different languages. If you've just tuned in, you're wondering who's in studio today. I do have direct from Sweden. Actually, she's in the States right now. Where are you today?
I'm in LA, near the airport,
Oh, you're in
LAX.
LA
Yeah.
already. When I talked to
Yes.
you, you were in Detroit. So now you're in
Right.
LA. Okay,
Exactly.
perfect. Where are you staying?
We're staying at a hotel nearby the airport, so it's a bit cloudy
Okay.
today. So we
Yes, it
thought
is a
of
bit
maybe going
cloudy.
to Malibu. It was supposed to be a bit better weather over there.
Oh, that Malibu is beautiful.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a
I've been once before, but I want to go back. Yeah.
there's one. Do you like clam chowder?
Yes.
Gladstones.
Gladstones.
It's
Okay,
in
Peter, we
Malibu.
have to go to Gladstones to eat clam chowder.
Yes,
Okay.
you. I promise you, it will be the best clam chowder you've ever had.
Oh,
I will.
great.
If it's not, I'll have to give you
Oh,
$1.
okay. On Thursday.
Yeah, I have a friend actually who is the owner of Gladstones down here, the one
Ah,
in Long Beach. Yeah, but
ah.
I'm very fortunate. If you have time, you'll have to come down and see where I live. That's my
Oh, you live near
yeah,
the
right on
beach.
the water. I'm so
Wow.
lucky. Yes, so
Oh, what a
that's
view for working.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. I'm
I have
very
the
fortunate.
audience. I have the audience as a view when I'm working. That's also good.
It's beautiful too. It's beautiful too. So we have 2 minutes left. Does Peter want to say hi? I
Peter, do you
didn't
want to
know
say
if you
hi?
wanted to come on studio. I gave you the link. Hi, Peter. I'll get to see you on Thursday.
She gets to see you on Thursday, she says. He
Okay.
can't hear
Yeah,
you because of
yeah,
my earbuds.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
nice to see you.
Talk,
Nice to see you.
talk. Hey, do.
And I'll see you on Thursday.
Tack and hej då, she said.
Talk and hey, do. Yeah, I won't say hardu canole.
No,
But
no, don't ask. Don't ask.
yeah, don't. So, could you say something in Swedish to help people focus on the good in life?
Mhm.
How would you say that in Swedish? Like your blessing,
Uh,
give them a blessing.
yes, let me think. You know,
Yes,
when you're thinking in English, you have to like translate one. It's that
yes,
different.
yeah,
uh, but I would say, om du gör det du vill i livet så blir du lycklig.
beautiful. And that one more time.
Om du gör det du vill i livet så blir du lycklig. If you do what you want in life, you will become happy. Or
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What a blessing it's been having a conversation with you, getting to know you better, finding out that we have a lot in common. This happens all the time. I have a twin sister now in a musician. Her name is Keiko Matsui. She's a jazz artist, #1 Billboard several times, and we have 42 things in common as a result of having her on the show. We're already on number 8 or 9, I think. So
I think so, yes.
It's been wonderful getting to know you, and that's an occupational hazard. I get to meet wonderful people that I can now call friends. And
Yeah.
I wish you the best in all of your musical endeavors. Look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Saban Theater, folks, if you don't get the giveaways, go and get the tickets yourself on Where Music Meets the Soul, one of my fabulous sponsors. This is
Mm.
Dr. Marissa reporting live from her living room. It's all about balance. Take your fingers for me and say, peace in, peace out, world, peace through inner peace. Now go and have the best day ever. See you tomorrow.